Hey, welcome to Easy or Else. I thought I'd share with you a fun, fast, and easy project with crochet. These flying discs can use up just little bits of scrap yarn, and they go together in one sitting. They're lightweight, they're packable, and you only need to know a single crochet stitch to make these. I thought I'd also share with you a couple of the tips I learned along the way from making a stack of these that will help it go faster, and it'll turn out great every time. So, let's do this. To begin this project, you need a couple of colors of yarn. I usually use about 3 or 4 colors. A hook that corresponds. In this project I used a J hook. Again, because I'm using 2 strands. It's the smallest hook I can get away with. And I started mine with the magic circle. So if you don't know how to do that, there are other videos. I will go ahead and do it real quick. Take your fingers, wrap it around, cross over, insert the hook, pull through, and you're just gonna go ahead and pull through. And for all of these, they're started the same way. You're just gonna put 6 more single crochets into the circle. We want a pretty nice tight weave. So go ahead and complete your 6 single crochets, and I'll meet you back when we're ready to close the round. Once you've completed your 6 single crochets, it's going to look like this. Now you're going to take those 2 tails and you're going to begin to tighten up the circle. You're just going to start to pull. You can see how it brings those together. There's your center. You're going to just take this now, stitch into that first one, and slip stitch to pull it together. And there's the center. From this point, the next round is your increase. You can either change colors here, or you can do another color of white, which is what I did here. This is your double increase. That means every stitch around, we have 6, will have 2 stitches, so that it'll increase 12. So in this one, I'm going to start in that very first one, and remember you're going to do 2. So go ahead and do 2 single crochets in each stitch around, and I'll meet you back. Once you've completed your double 2 crochets into each stitch, again you're going to go into that first one and slip stitch to complete the round. Now at this point I'm going to change color, and here's where one of the tips comes. You're going to go ahead, clip these off, and pull through. I'm not going to chain 1 and continue. To keep the center from having that added round edge, whenever I start with a new color or another round, I'm going to start in a different spot. So to change color, because I'm using 2 strands, I can either go to a solid, or I can add a solid and a white. So let's go ahead and do that. One of the benefits of using the 2 colors is that you have more play in your color choices in between the rounds. Here's the next tip. Once I understood this about the math of getting bigger, it made it a lot easier. From this point out, each round is going to have 1 added space between each increase. The increase is where you have 2 stitches into 1. So we just did 2 stitches in each round. This round we will go 1 single crochet, 2 stitches into 1, 1 single crochet, 2 stitches into 1. So by round 3 or 4, you can see 2 stitches increase. Here's 1, 2. Third row, 2 stitches increase, 2 stitches increase. Row 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase. and 4 and 5 and 6. Once you understand that, it will all make sense. And if you have to put your project down and come back to it, you'll always know where you're at because you can see the stitches between the increase. Here's an increase, there's 3 stitches, there's an increase. So let me show you how to add the new color. I'm going to choose to add a gray to bring in a third color. I've done a round of solid white here. You just want to make sure that you don't start your double stitches where there already is a double stitch. So I'm just going to move over one, pull them through, and begin going around. This round I will have to do 4 stitches between each increase. All that does is offset your increased stitches so that you don't have doubles right on top of each other. It'll start to take away the roundness of the shape. So I'm going to do 2 into that first one, and now I will do 4 between the next increase. 1, 2. Just be careful not to lose your second thread. You'll get to where it'll come real easy. So now there's 4, and now I will increase again, 2 into that stitch. You'll continue like this all the way around, and just like on the first round, when you get to that first stitch, you will slip stitch and tie off. Once you've got your disc as large as you want it, this is where you're going to start to decrease so you get that curved edge where it pulls then onto the inside. The best tip I got on this one was your last round, and here's the game changer. You're going to flip it over and work from the back side, because as you're crocheting you tend to naturally pull towards you. So instead of doing any increases or decreases, you're going to go ahead and just single crochet into each stitch all the way around. That will start to build this edge right here. You can do 1 or 2 rows of that. Then your last row, you'll decrease. You'll do a single crochet for 3, and then you'll skip 1, single crochet for 3, skip 1. So you'll start to naturally pull it together, and that's what's going to create that roll on the inside. And then you just tie off and weave in your ends. Let me show you a tip on weaving in the ends. And this will work for any project that you have, even the fatter yarns that you're using. So in this case, I was weaving in double strands of yarn. Just take your 2 strands, take a piece of cardstock, cut it as thin as the eye of your needle, and then you're just going to put your yarn inside there and slide that in, and it'll go through every time. And that was huge because nobody likes to weave in their ends, so anything that makes that part easier makes the project more fun. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of Easy or Else. If you have any questions, go ahead and post it in the comments below, or post a picture of your project.